Hello and welcome back. Well, some of you might recall I had recently purchased a wonderful, beautiful Android flagship phone called the Google Nexus 6P. And really, this was an example of a phone of what an Android phone, a flagship Android phone, should look like. It should have a nice, beautiful screen, front-firing stereo speakers, fantastic display, quick response, great cameras, feels great in the hand, nice looking, multiple colors, a true flagship phone. Well, I had that phone for about a week or so, and a couple of days ago I went to use it one morning, and I got the dreaded what's called the bootloader loop or something like that. So I Googled some more information about the phone, and apparently there was a class action lawsuit evidently against both Google and Huawei, because evidently Huawei knew, and maybe both parties knew, that when they built the phone was a dud to start with. Defective batteries and the phone going into a boot loop, meaning when you turn on the phone and want to use the phone, it shuts off, you see the Google name, it shuts off, you see the Google name, and it keeps doing this over and over again. I guess there was a built-in problem with the motherboard, with the chipset, when you started doing system updates, if I understand the problem correctly with the Nexus 6P. So you might be wondering, well, if you have this Huawei built Nexus 6P, maybe it's time to trade it in and get something different, especially since you've had it for a few years and your phone might be working, but it may not be working tomorrow or the next day. Yep, you can trade it in. And this is how much you are going to get. If you have a 32 gig, you're going to get, for a flagship phone of about a few years ago, 32 gig, you're going to get a whopping $29 for a trade-in. Considering that the phone to replace this is the XL2 Pixel, with front-firing speakers, and that phone is built by HTC. I actually have a 5-year-old HTC One Max, works beautifully. The problem is that new one will set you back about $900, and you can get a grand total of $29 on a Huawei Nexus 6P. So this kind of leads me to believe, in my opinion, that they knew when they built the phone it was going to be a dud, and they're giving you a dud price of a trade-in value. If your phone is suffering from the boot loop crisis and or battery defects, there really isn't much you can do. I actually contacted Google Chat. That person was very nice. They had me try everything possible, wiping the cache, wiping data, full refresh. It just goes into that constant boot loop. So I'm assuming that the motherboard needs replaced, and neither Google or Huawei are going to do anything about it. So the only thing I can say is, for me, Huawei is no way. If you currently have a Huawei phone, you may want to consider selling it or just keep it till it dies and then buy something else. But it's pretty obvious, from what I understand and from the information I've gathered over the web, that Huawei built a defective phone. They knew it, and they have done nothing about it. Now, I'll leave you with one last thing. Situations like this, where you have a product that is defective, in this case a cell phone, that truly isn't the major problem. Yes, it is a problem, and I understand it's a major inconvenience and a pain in the you-know-what. But that is not the truly big potential problem. What is the big potential problem is customer service, or lack of customer service. If a product is defective and known to be defective, take care of the customer. When the customer is not being taken care of, that problem with the phone seems rather minuscule compared to the lack of customer service. Well, that's all I have for this one. If you have any thoughts or questions about this, post them in the comments below. But for now, I'm waiting for my new Motorola phone. I've had a Motorola phone in the past, and it actually worked pretty good. So we'll see what the new one works like. I'll let you guys know. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.